If not, then I hereby accept the minutes of meeting number 1365 and declare meeting number 1366 open. One of my brother's favorite things to do is this. Come home after an exam or a long day at school, grab my mother's phone and announce to everyone in the house, this is my relaxation time, my me time, and no one should disturb me. The only problem with that is, his me time is just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of him using my mom's phone, followed by my mom getting angry that he's using it for so long and giving him this classic line, I am never giving you the phone ever again. But the same thing happens the next day. This didn't used to happen before when my brother and I had limited access to electronics. And this got me thinking about how the things that we do in our free time changes as we grow and as the world around us grows too. For example, when I was a kid, my hobbies and things I used to do in my free time included riding my bike, playing soccer, reading, singing, dancing. It was only after COVID started that I started watching more movies and TV shows and leaving behind all of these other hobbies that I had. And now, amidst college, my internship, Toastmasters, music class, and job hunting, it feels like the only me time I get is when I'm having dinner or when I'm sleeping. The more stuff that I have to do, the more I put off doing it in the name of having me time. I feel like when I start doing this huge amount of work I have, it will never stop and I'll never end up getting any time for myself. So I take it before. But then that leaves no time for me to do the things that I actually have to do. And this is when I realized that me time is not meant to delay the responsibilities that you have. Yet it's supposed to recharge your mind and your body so that you can fulfill these responsibilities to the best of your ability. This brings me back to how exactly we spend our free time. Usually, I would be on my phone or my laptop watching a movie or a TV show that doesn't bring any value to my life. I know that this is the fact, yet I still do it. We know that using devices don't have any good side effects. It ends up makes us feel like having a false sense of relaxation because of the constant dopamine that it gives us. Right? My attention span because of using these devices has become so low that I can't even get through reading a few pages of a book without getting that urge to reach for my phone. And as someone who used to devour books when she was a kid, this makes me sad to see that I can't even read a few pages without getting bored of it. So in an attempt to reduce my screen time, last month I went on a walk. I don't walk. I don't go on walks. And I had convinced myself that I hate walking. So for the first time in forever, I went on a walk through my neighborhood without my phone, without listening to any music. And I noticed that there were so many things I had never observed about my neighborhood. There are actually so many big and beautiful houses in our calm and quiet neighborhood. So many trees with beautiful flowers, so many eating places that I had never seen before, and also a one-way sign that I had never seen and I had never followed. So this simple walk gave me a sense of calmness that I never experienced after using any kind of device, and it also probably saved me from getting fined by police. I will no longer use that word. I'm still figuring this out myself, but I've started to realize that not everything we think is a break actually makes us relaxed, as if we actually took a break. The feeling of coming home from a long walk is significantly different than the feeling you get after watching a 1-hour episode of a TV show. And if you try it, you will also realize that. So, when you go home today, think about the time that you spend as me time. Is it actually making you relaxed and rested and rejuvenated, or are you just endlessly scrolling without even realizing how that time is going? So, before we call upon the Toastmaster of the day, I would like to recognize one of our former members who has received an award for completing his pathway. So, this is the Pathway Trailblazer Award, which has been awarded to our former Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. So let's welcome him to the stage with a huge round of applause.
Where's the official photographer?
She's coming. DPPR is coming.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I am extremely happy today for having achieved a milestone in my life, for having completed a path. See, this happened because of the collective effort from entire team of Mekong Communication Club. If I am having this today in my hand, it is not the individual effort that has brought me this. No, it is the entire team, starting from A K Prabhakara to the Sakshi, let us say. Till all the people have contributed many things in my life. Because of that, I am something today. Thank you, whole team of Mekong, and back to you.
Let's give Sir another huge round of applause for his achievement. Now, coming to the Toastmaster of the day, she is one of the biggest advocates for mental health and self-improvement. She is a skill development trainer who has 20 plus years of industry experience, and she specializes in communication and leadership training. She has a BCom from Jain University and a PGDM from Symbiosis Institute. In her me time, she likes to read, travel, cook and dance. She has got the Triple Crown Award, and she is also the immediate past president of our club. With a huge round of applause, help me in welcoming the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Latha Nahal.
Every day I think this 86,400 seconds is very less for me. I need more 86,400 seconds, but I'm not getting it. When I know I cannot getting it, I'm thinking how I can manage myself in this 86,400 seconds. I'm not being healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and all the other LLY. There's no me time. And this is where I started finding out how I can find my me time. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and esteemed guests. Life takes us to a point wherein we feel that what are we doing? Why are we doing? And how we can improve ourselves. This is where 2 years I was studying. Lot of on the plate, can't spit it out, can't take it out, can't consume it. Nothing is happening. What do I do? Lost on all my hobbies, just working and working. It's 24/7 and working. My friends call out, Latha, let's go out for a coffee, no time. Let's go out for a travel, no time. There's the latest book from Tally Backshop, you want to read it. Excellent success story, no time for that. That's when I sat and realized what is happening. If I keep working like a machine, then I can call myself a robo one day. Why do I need to take a tag of a human being? Stay over here, eat, take Bangalore's traffic, curse the government, come back again and sleep. Same thing, repeating. How do I take time? How do I see that my plate is appropriately filled with whatever? That's when I understood. I did a little research on what is the me time, importance of me time. Me time is nothing but, in simple words, how do you regenerate yourself? How do you relax yourself? Me time is not sleeping, me time is not eating, me time is not walking or jogging. That are basics. That's not the me time. What is me time? Me time is reading a book, what I like. When you're reading a book, it means like 100% inside the book. Not just mentally, physically with the book, but mentally your mind is somewhere in the book. 100%. When I read Sydney Sheldon, Jackie Collins' book, my whole mind is over there. I'm just trying to picture out whatever written over this. That's the main time. That's when you're enjoying reading the book. You like classical music? You like classical instruments? When you're playing it, your whole body, mind, soul is into it. That's the main time. I'm enjoying myself. My body is taking a refresher where it can work for more time next. Me time is nothing but traveling. Very like I go to beautiful locations. I'm not stressed about work. I'm not stressed about what is going to happen next. 4 days, 5 days, complete chill. No taking into phones, no Instagram, no Facebook, no WhatsApp, no LinkedIn also. That's also become an addiction now. LinkedIn also become an nothing. That's me, either the waves or the mountains. And I'm chilling over. That's the me time. Cooking is the me time. Not forcefully, where you have to cook for the family. No. That's when I want to cook something special for myself. Let it be a pasta, let it be a biryani, let it be khakra also. Chamka wa khakra we telling there. So that also. That's the me time what I think about. Another me time would be talking to myself. This was one thing I started missing. I'm not able to talk to myself. What I'm doing good, what I felt good, what I didn't like about something. I was not getting the time. I was not able to look at that mirror and talk to that reflection who's owning me. No. That is the me time, when you understand what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you're liking, what you're not liking. Subconsciously and consciously. That's when I started understanding this. And that's when I understood me time. And I started taking things which are important for me on the brain. Not everything. It's like if I want to eat only roti sabzi, I will only eat that roti sabzi. I will not take rice and dal or sweets or salad, everything. What I want to fill my plate with, which is helping me out as a human being, mentally, physically, emotionally. That's what I want to do. And that's when I realized I'm getting a couple of hours every day for that me time. Where I can read, I can travel, go out for a walk, I can talk to myself, talk to my friend who's in need, improve myself. Being a skills development trainer, it's very important for me to redevelop myself every day. The same Latha what was yesterday can't be today. Just to be a better version of myself. Self-help books are more important to me than I telling someone else. So I started giving all that. And that's when I feel I have changed a lot. More on a positive side, more on a happier side. A person is not cribbing all the time. And now I feel 86,400 seconds is good time. I have a lot of surplus time also over there, which I use it effectively, efficiently, and which makes me happy. And in turn, making my friends and my family happy. That she's happy means everyone around you is happy. If you're not happy, you make everyone's life hell also around you happy. Like that. So that's when I thought. And the same lines, 100 years, 101 years back, Ralphie's medic thought that me time, what people have written, let's utilize in a more better way. Let we make better communicators and able leaders who will change the world. So, Toastmasters was started in 1924 in Santa Ana, California by Ralphie's medic. Now, his vision is spread across approximately 149 countries with 265,000 members and 149 countries. And one such club is our Mekon Communication Club, which was started in 1998. And I proudly said that we have churned out excellent communicators and able leaders to the whole Toastmasters community and also. Now, to help me conduct this meeting, I would like to call upon my TAPG role takers who are going to help me to conduct this meeting more smoothly. I would like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Chakravarthy. I would request Toastmaster Chakravarthy to please stand wherever and explain what his role is all about. Toastmaster Chakravarthy.
Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests, time is a resource we all share equally. Yet, once we utilize it, we cannot recover it back. So we have to use it wisely. So focus on today's time. So respecting time is respecting others. So as a timer today, I'll be as a timer today. As a timer of the meeting today. So I'll be monitoring all the role players' timing and giving back the report. So the timing will be for prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Minimum, intermediary and maximum 5, 6, 7. For evaluations 2, 2.5, 3. For table topic 1, 1.5, 2. So we all keep our time and focus on the time, complete on time. Back to Toastmasters.
Just a note to be added to what our timer is for. We'll be showing the flags at 5 minutes, the green one at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red one at 7 minutes. And there's a 30-second debate to be given to everyone. And for the table topics, 1 minute green flag, 1.5 yellow, and for the 2 minutes it is the red flag. For the evaluation, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes it's going to be green, 2.5 it's going to be yellow, and for the 3 minutes it's going to be the red one. Next, I would like to call upon our counter, distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara.
My name is A K Prabhakara, not short A K. Fix this. Every time I do it, somewhere along I have to cut it. So, my role as our counter is to keep track of crutch words like and etc. So and things like that. And these are the things that I will keep track and report during the general evaluation. Over to Toastmaster.
Next, I would like to call upon our Grammarian Toastmaster Aparna.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. So, as a grammarian, my role is to keep a check on the good usage and not so good usage of the day. So, let's understand that a good usage of language is very critical to build effective communication, build credibility, and foster professional growth. So, today I will keep a check on good usage, not so good usage, and I will give my report when I call upon, and I have to introduce the word of the day, that's poised. Poised means calm and confident. I will urge everybody, poised means calm and confident. I will urge everybody to use the word at least once whenever possible. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon our parliamentary procedures evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi.
Toastmasters and guests, as the parliamentary procedure evaluator, my role is to ensure that all mobile phone is in silence. You exit and enter only during applause. Refrain from talking about sex, religion and politics, and avoid crosstalks, particularly when the speaker is behind the lectern. And I shall give my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, faculty role takers. A typical Toastmaster session has 3 sections. First is the prepared speech, second the table topic, and third the general evaluation. In the prepared speech, the speakers are well prepared beforehand, and then they come here and give their speech behind the lecture for 5 to 7 minutes, or as per the project they have chosen. The next session is the table topics, where it's an impromptu speaking. We have a table topic master who comes behind the lecture, chooses a speaker, gives the topic at random, and they need to come behind the lecture and speak. The third and the most important part is the general evaluation, where the whole session is evaluated, where we come to know what we did good, where we can improve, and what is best for an upcoming week. So that is done on the general evaluation. So let's head for our first session, that is the prepared speech section. We have totally three speeches today. We have 2 icebreaker and 1 regular prepared speech. Now, calling upon the evaluator for the first speech by Toastmaster Shreyas, I would like to call upon the evaluator Toastmaster Shreedevi to read the project guidelines.
The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. This member is completing their first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of evaluation is to give the members an effective evaluation of their speech and delivery style. Speech time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best to the speaker and over to you.
Toastmaster Shreya, did you receive the evaluation results well in advance?
Yes.
So our first speaker for the day is attempting his icebreaker speech with the title Unspoken, attempting his level 1 project 1 in the pathway dynamic leadership. Toastmaster Shreyas, unspoken Toastmaster Shreyas. Let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Shreyas.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
My name is Shreyas and I am from Chikmagalur. Chikmagalur is a beautiful place known for its greenery hills, coffee plantation and cool weather. As my hometown, I have always been cool, calm and thinking more than speaking. And I come from a family of 5 members. My father, Ganesh, is a farmer and my mother, Rukmini, she is a housewife, and my grandmother, Veerabhadrappa, and my younger brother, Shravan, is currently doing his 10th standard in St. Joseph School, Chikmagalur, and me. And I am currently doing my engineering in BMS College of Engineering in Electronics and Communication. Come to my hobbies. My hobbies are I love to watch movies and Japanese anime, and sometimes I like to read books and Japanese manga. And I love to listen music, especially loud music. And sometimes I write kavanas and kavitas in Kannada. I express my thoughts in poems. So that are my hobbies. And let me take you to my school days. My school was Vijay School. It is an English medium school. Just for name, not in practice. Even teacher did not speak in English. They teach in English. They did not teach in English. They teach in Kannada. That was my school. In my primary school days, I was very active. I had lot of friends, and I am very interactive with everyone. And the teachers also asking out, and I attend every cultural activity, sports and everything. But as time passed and higher classes I joined, something changed within me. Some kind of hesitation started growing within me. Due to new faces, new friends, new people, I start thinking what might other people think about me. And I started hesitate to speak. Even in a normal conversation or a debate, sometimes I knew better than the others. I never expressed my voice. Even if I had a crush on a girl, going on talking to her is secondary. If she came to me and said something, I felt nervous and my mind went blank. This was it. And in my holidays and vacations, I spend most of the time in home by watching Doraemon and movies. Coming to my parents are so concerned. They did not allow me to play with other boys, neighbor boys, because of their language, slangs and their habits. They even pointed out to me and said not to cross that house, and I never crossed it. That was me. And if I go to a shop, and if I gave extra money, I never asked the return. I changed to I never asked them. I'm just waiting for him to give. I never raised my voice. And people don't believe that in my 12th standard, I am afraid to travel to KSRTC from Chikmagalur to Belur. It's just a half an hour journey, 18 kilometers. It's my mother's hometown. I'm afraid to travel to KSRTC bus. I'm afraid to ask conductor that ticket from Chikmagalur to Belur. I don't know where to stop, where to stand, how to ask, where to sit. I don't know. I'm not exposed to also. And now I'm not I'm grown up in house, not in hostel or PG. And I am first time here, first time. And this is my level of introversion. Next, come to my young brother Shaman. He's complete opposite of me. He's very expressive, he not hesitate to talk to everyone. If he doesn't feel uncomfortable, he questions serious words. But deep inside me, I know this was not good. This could create a problem in future. I should talk to everyone. I should express my feelings to everyone. But I feel comfortable with me, like saying, "Thank God I'm not in this place. Thank God my name is not here, and don't need to speak here." I feel comfortable with it. But my cousin is the one who noticed this, and he said to me that be attractive to everyone, be extrovert, and go and travel by own, and go to market and buy something, and go to shop and start bargaining, intentionally bargaining extra. But he told me these things, and even he says that you are like a phone in silent, you know everything, but nobody hears you. And as time passed, when I joined engineering, he is the one who suggested me Toastmasters, and he was the ex-member of this club. Now he is in Chikmagalur, but his words stayed with me. And being a part of Toastmasters, it helped me to understand myself and building a confidence day by day from that stage to this stage. And talking here in front of people is it's a big thing to me. And thank you, that's my time, and back to Toastmasters.
Our second speech today also is an icebreaker by Toastmaster Sumukh. I would like the Toastmaster Sumukh's evaluator Toastmaster Deepa. Did you receive the evaluation results in advance? Since both are icebreakers, I am not asking her to read out the project highlights. And I am also not introducing both the first and second speaker as an icebreaker. And in icebreaker, the prepared speech Toastmasters introduce themselves. We do not. Our next speaker for the day is Toastmaster Sumukh, who is attempting his level 1 project 1 in the pathway presentation mastery with the title A Dibbler's Quest. A Dibbler's Quest, Toastmaster Sumukh. Let's give a huge round of applause.
The school ground was scorching hot and the wind blew dusty air. It was the last period of the day and the last day of the week. PT period was underway. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I was born and brought up in Bangalore by my mom Shreya and by my dad Aadhiswar, who has an automobile business. I've always been a creative, I always had a creative mindset, which was fueled by shows like Mad and Art Attack. I lived a simple childhood in APS public school. Although I had to navigate my way through the life as an SP, I deeply resonated with the movie Stanley Kadapa while battling for elbow space in school. So, my academic journey through the rigorous ICSE curriculum required me to study 11 hours a day to achieve 85% in my 10 board exams, eventually leading me to St. Joseph's College of Commerce. I am currently doing an internship in investment research and intend to join an MBA the following year for a good career. Despite multiple things happening in my life, on that same day, on the field, an intense football match was underway. I was the defender of my class. My team's strikers were far away, near the opponent's goal post, and I could see the opposition advancing with the ball with full force. The was vanquished, and to my team's surprise, the goalkeeper had deserted, and the reason remains a mystery to this day. I could see my teammates looking at me with their eyes filled with anxiety and hope. I positioned myself to face the onslaught with one clear objective and goal: to clear away the ball as far away from the goal as possible. The impact happened, and I had a successful dribble, and I went for the biggest shot of the day, hitting the ball so high and far away that the opponent's progress has been put to dust. The ball landed near the opponent's goal post, which was surrounded by my team's strikers, eventually leading to a goal and my team's victory. I was the star of my I was the star defender of my class. I was known for taking heavy shots at the ball, and my classmates used to be amazed looking at how high the ball can fly. I was the star for 40 minutes of those PT periods. Beyond the field, despite my discipline in juggling, fielding, handwriting, and French, I harbored a deep stage fear and always did not take up the opportunities to speak on stage. I initially intended to join Toastmasters years ago, but after being sidelined by the pandemic, I am finally here. And I'm here to face my fears head on and develop the necessary public speaking skills for my personal and professional life. Just like that day on the dusty football pitch, I'm here to face the onslaught of my anxiety with a heavy swing of words, to be the star of my own life and my own story. And remember, when Left-Handers Day comes around, I expect a wish. Thank you.
Calling upon our third speaker of the day, before that I would like to call upon the Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster M U Bhat, to read out the project guidelines.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. This is a level 1 project 3 from the engaging humor pathway, and the purpose statement says the project is about introduction to vocal variety and body language. The purpose statement: the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance speech. Notes to evaluator: during the completion of the project, the member has spent time about the speech. The member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. You have to see for intentional and unintentional movement and body language during the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style member chooses. So time allowed 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker. With that,
Our third speaker of the day holds a BTech degree in electrical and electronics. He is a freelancer by profession, and his hobbies include Carnatic music, tabla, and photography. Recently, he has won the second place in division contest in evaluation, and he's made us very proud. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ujwal, who is attempting Level 1 Project 3 in the pathway Engaging Humor with the title Apurva Kosha. Toastmaster Ujwal. Let's give a huge round of applause.
I was among the top 5 in class, if you turn the list upside down. Back in grade 7, my mother was very distressed with that. She at least once wanted to see a 2-digit mark in my grade sheet without having to add up 10 subjects. Namaste, fellow Toastmasters. This is my journey. So I went to Neha and I asked her, Neha, how do you always get such good marks? I memorize it. Memorization is easy. Read it again and again and again. That was hard. I started memorization. The day before the test, I was up at 2 a.m. in the night, running through the pages. And the teacher handed me the question paper. I read the first question. What is 5? I immediately started answering. 3.141592, additional sheet. 94834323, additional sheet. 973167. And the teacher snatched my paper. I looked at her. Ma'am, I haven't even reached the 200th digit of pi. My friend tapped my shoulder and said, this is an English test. I went to my friend Darshan. In the middle of the class, he was holding the table with full force, lifting it. Bulked up, 6 packs. I asked him, Darshan, how do you consistently score so high? I just solved the R.S. Agarwal. Then I also going to solve R.S. Agarwal. He started laughing at my face. He then told me, have you looked at yourself in the mirror? Go hire a crane first to lift that book. If that book falls on you, you will become another 2D figure. Another problem for us to find area. Find area of Ujwal. Who's going to solve that? Somehow, I still got the answer, Agarwal. Solved it, cover to cover. In the exam, I was confident. This time, I was going to get full marks. Stepped into the exam, wrote everything that I knew. On the day of results, the paper came. For the first time in my life, I saw a 2-digit mark. A 10. I was so happy. I flipped over the pages. And below my marks, I saw my teacher write 2 marks for good handwriting. Since then, I always use an Apsara pencil. Wanting to get a little more marks, I approached my friend Shreya. Shreya, how do you always score such good marks? I went to base. They taught me all of this in grade 1. Grade 1, I recalled my grade 1. My teacher asked me to recite numbers. I started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The teacher looked happy. I was surprised. She said, continue. I continued. Jack, Queen, King. And she slapped me. It gives me chills even today to remember that. Oh my God. I finally attended base for 1 year. I went into the full confidence, knowing that I'll get full marks this time. I wrote the test. And then I stepped out, waiting for the results. My teacher handed me the paper and I saw a big A on my paper. I was ecstatic. I immediately ran home. Amma, see, I got an A. She looked at my paper and she said, this A you're talking about? I said, yes, Amma, see, but teacher has given me A. She said, this is a variable you missed, it's not your grade. That's when I realized. I took my paper, started running through it. It was a long list of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. At the end of the page, somewhere a 1. That's when I realized my marks was in binary, something only a computer can understand. That's when I realized if I don't stop now, even the binary will become 0. So then I gave up and life continued as it did. Then came class 10, trigonometry, some sine, cos, tan. The only tan I got was standing at chalkboard, nothing else. This was really hard for me and I thought, it's enough. One day, as I was walking, I heard Neha and my math teacher in a deep discussion. I started eavesdropping. Man, I learned this trick. It makes trigonometry easier. Okay, some trick. And then the teacher replied, yes, Neha, I do use this in my childhood. I eavesdropped further and heard the entire trick and learned it right then and there. The next exam, I was not confident, but I wrote it somehow. To my surprise, I was in top 5 for the first time without having to invert the list. And I see not my friends. Actually, I felt something weird. Why not share something that can help everyone? So I did something different. I started sharing the techniques that I learned with my friends. And something beautiful. Each one of them contributed into the technique, making it easier for us to learn more difficult to memorize formulas. And that is when I realized, ladies and gentlemen, the more you share, the more it grows. Knowledge. As the Subhashita says, Apurvaha kopi koshoyam vidyate tava bharati vyayataha vriddhimayati shrayamayati sanchaya. Oh Saraswati, your treasure is unique. The more you give, the more it grows. The more you hold, the more it fades. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no achievement in growing like a palm tree, tall and huge, giving no shade to the weary traveler and the fruits being so far. There is no meaning in growth if it is just in height and not in the number of hands and people we reach. So I challenge you this, fellow Toastmasters. Can you find one person who's struggling in the heat of their struggle and offer them the shade of your experience? Will you, Toastmaster of the Day?
Let's give a huge round of applause to all the 3 speakers. They three excellent speeches today. Now moving on to the next section, that is the table topics. Our table topics master for today is heading the L&D at Allen Institute, with her academic foundation being of both engineering, BTech and management, that is the MBA degree. She loves traveling, playing guitar and mandala art. Let's give it to our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Sakshi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome you all to the impromptu speaking session, where we learn quick thinking, creativity, spontaneity, and able to express our ideas clearly under pressure. Today's table topic session is slightly different from the usual format. Rather than spoken topics, each speaker will be given a picture. Your task is to look at the image and speak spontaneously whatever comes to your mind. There is no right or wrong answer in that. Each picture can be interpreted in multiple ways, and your goal is to use your imagination to create a story, idea, or message around it. You may describe what you see, narrate a story of that image, and or explain what that image means to you. So, are you all excited for this creative and poised session?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, our first image is, can you all see this image? Is it visible? Yes. And it goes to Toastmaster Jyothi.
Well, the image speaks about first aid for problem of the heart. But when the heart is not with us, where does the problem come? I consider myself as a very strong woman. Of course, I am. But when it was to do with health, I had worked a lot as a volunteer. I had also devoted a lot of time for organ donation and during at Nimans for the accident zone first aid treatment and all those things. Considering that, I did attend the first aid training in the office, and when it came to giving the heart the extra energy to beat, I could not do it. Because that day I realized my heart was not with me. So how could I energize another heart? And yet, I remember once when my pet dog was not well and it had undergone a surgery. When we went to the hospital, the doctor told me, you can sit out, we have to redo the stitches. I said, no, I'll stand here with my pet. And I'm like, I can take it up. The moment I saw the bandage removed, the next minute I saw that I was lying on the floor and the doctors were attending to me and not to my pet. And that day I realized, first aid, whether it is for the heart or for the body, is for strong people and not for heartless people like me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyothi. The next image and it goes to DTM Veerabhadrappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. This is the picture I got which the tabletop master has shown to you. According to me, this is a happy family. How do you define a happy family? Just because you have more money, is it a happy family? No. Happy family is one in which everybody shares their problems together. Difficult situations are considered as an opportunity to discuss together and come to a conclusion. This enhances openness, trust and mutual respect. Please note, this is the definition of a happy family and this is heaven on earth. If you follow the above one, where you live is a heaven on the earth. In my case, I come across various problems. My wife has a particular characters. Character is the one which you cannot change it. It is ingrained into the system. She wants me not to go to my brother's marriage. Yes, I don't want you to go to the brother's marriage. What shall I do, my dear friends? If I go, unhappiness creeps in, problems will create plenty. Then I couldn't get a solution for that. I had one best friend who has a lot of experience. I shared this problem with him. He said, don't go, call your brother and tell them your problem. Be happy and give some money and send him without the knowledge of your life. Very happy. She also felt very happy I have not gone to my brother's marriage. This is how flexibility in life is absolutely required. One of my friends, he is not at all flexible. Whatever he says, it must happen. I advise him not to marry. Because if you marry a girl and you will make the girl's life miserable. Even now he is not married, he has so much health, wealth, unimaginable. Thank you very much, friends. Be happy.
Thank you, Veerabhadrappa. And
Sakshi was one correction, not extremist.
TM.
You need to complete 11.
So the next image is and it goes to DTM A K Prabhakara.
Very nice.
Madam Tabletop Master, fellow Toastmasters, welcome this. I'm reminded of a saying by Rabindranath Tagore. I see this. It says, a rose to the living is more than sumptuous wreaths to the dead. A rose to the living is more than sumptuous wreaths to the dead. So, when living, we really don't compliment the person when something happens the right way. But we always try to fix or try to straighten what is not done. Looking at the negative side. If you just walk into a marriage hall alone, first thing they will ask is whether I'm present there or not. Where is your wife? What is missing is the one that is going to be asked. So if my wife goes alone, she says, where is Prabhakara? She will say, is parking. Okay, these are all the very peculiar way of our own life. We really miss what is really the right one, that's right with the world, our own world, and for that we don't care at all. When I hear so much complaint about Bangalore, I always tell them that look at it this way, that you have a set of people, they say weather. Weather is there in Simla also. It's the people who make the difference. What made Silicon Valley Silicon is the people, local people there, the kind of setup they had. What made the people in Boston different is Boston different from any other place is because of the university. Similarly, there is this kind of system here that makes you like this place. So there is something that you turn to look at the right things that's happening in this place. Maybe there's always problems, issues, but see the bright side of it. And to that extent, always don't criticize, look at the positive side before making your decision. There's a saying by Viktor Frankl, between stimulus and response you have a choice. The choice is rose to the living or reach to the dead. Over to tabletop with myself.
Thank you, DTM A K Prabhakara. And now come our next image. And it goes to the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Aparna.
Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The picture, as soon as a picture was shown, a scene from my life just passed through my eyes. I finished my body balance class in fitness first. It must be back in 2010. And I was feeling, after finishing the class, I was feeling extremely heavy. And there was a student who was an architect. She had a great affinity towards me. And she comes and asks, Aparna, you look pretty down today. What happened? And in one single word I said, I'm feeling heavy and sad. Why, I don't know. She took a pause and she said, I think I should give you a hug. And she hugged me tight for a little longer than usual. And it felt good actually. And that was the first time I realized the importance of hug. And now, every time I need a hug, I want to feel little more better, I just go to my friends or my daughter and say, give me a nice tight hug. I need it right now to feel good. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. And the next image is it goes to Toastmaster Darshan.
I see a girl stressed from her work, but I think her eyes are strained a lot. These days, whenever we study, we don't study from our books. We use our laptops, we use our phones. My eyesight was very good when I was young, and slowly, when we entered AI era, as the days progressed, more and more I started using laptop, and my eyes started to look red, completely red. And that's when I visited Netradama, and I asked them what is wrong with my eyes, and they suggested to wear blue eye glasses so that the blue rays from the laptop won't affect my eyes. And I started wearing that also. Even then, my eyes were becoming red, and then I realized I should sleep early, I should go to bed early at night. It's not the amount of screen time, but it is how you use it, how you look at the screen, and how you handle the stress. So to handle the stress, the best medicine is to get a good night's sleep, and that is specifically called a REM sleep at night, which is about 3 to 4 hours. So if you go to bed at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m., you won't get good night's sleep. So if you can sleep for a solid 6 hours or 7 hours, from 11 to 6 or 7, and even if you sleep for a lot of time, like for example for 10 hours, I used to sleep for 10 hours, even then I used to look sleepy and my eyes were red. So too much sleep and too less sleep, both are an issue. Sleep for 6 hours, 7 hours, wake up early, go to bed early, and follow a fixed routine, disciplined lifestyle, and you don't have to go through what this girl is going through.
thank you. And our next image is it goes to our timer for today, Toastmaster Chakravarthy.
Dear Toastmaster and fellow Toastmaster and guest. So, timer. First time I'm evaluating a time or monitoring the time of others. So always I used to plan my times, my schedules. So this really, giving how others are monitoring their time, how others are achieving that time. So so this all whoever, I mean there so many have completed time within the given time, so which also makes me to encourage to always complete my plan and time complete the time as per my schedule, so that everything goes well. So I convey everyone to maintain your daily plan and try to complete within time. That's all for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chakravarthy. And now comes our next image. And it goes to Toastmaster Aadhiswar.
Man Tabletop Master, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. So this is my image. Man carrying an umbrella and walking in gate. So yeah, I forgot my umbrella today. I hope it doesn't rain. Just don't know right about this. The importance of an umbrella, not just supporting it in rain, but helping us. It's not just take an umbrella as a thing which helps us in rain, but even in the sunshine, when the sun rays too much, you need it. It's to protect you even in the happy days and the sad days. And Oh, I always forget my umbrella. I never carry. I usually go in cycle or carry two-wheelers. So I don't carry umbrella. And carry an umbrella. I've broken many umbrellas. I've used umbrella as a cricket bat or any other thing. Whenever we used to play, we would not have a bat. You would get someone's umbrella from the neighbor. Auntie, please give us umbrella. We need it. We are playing. We need it. And we just give some random reason to get that umbrella. We would make it as a cricket bat, play with it. And at the end of the day, we would break it. Sorry, auntie, it broke. And then every day we would get scoldings by new neighbors that we broke their umbrellas. And we have broken number of umbrellas, to be honest. And not only in by playing in gullies or somewhere, even in school days, those boys never used to carry umbrellas. It was always those girls carrying umbrellas. It was not just that. It used to be colorful and all. So we used to just ask, can you show us how the umbrella is? And boys being boys, we would just play with it and break it. And even we didn't use it, you would not let the others use it. And that's how my situation is with the umbrella. And that's my take on the topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadhiswar. And here comes our next image. It goes to Toastmaster Sachin.
So I think everyone knows this. The wonders of the world as Taj Mahal, which was built by Shah Jahan. So I visited this when I was around 5 years old in 2006. So it's been a pretty long time. So a lot of things have changed, of course. But the one thing that always comes to my mind when I see a monument is how a picture speaks thousands of words. It's not just the building that just looks attractive, it's the amount of history, tradition, culture that is built in Taj Mahal, and for that matter it could be any monument. So it is something that I've always, because I think many people can relate to this. Maybe history was one of the classes in your school which you found boring. But I feel when I got older, it was actually one of the most interesting subjects because I think in school the one issue we had was the fact that because we were forced to study something just for sake of studying. So we actually didn't enjoy the depth of learning about something in depth. But when you just, in your free time, when you actually think about some of these things, it's so interesting to learn about so many facts, figures, and the history behind it. So this is something which fascinates me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. And here comes our last topic for today. But for this last topic, I want to give one twist. I want to show 2 pictures and you can frame a story out of it or whatever is coming in your mind. These are the 2 pictures. Okay. And it goes to our guest Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, dear topic master. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome. Yes, these 2 are the pictures. Okay. Now I am going to combine these 2. One likes or not gets into competition. So with this competition, what really happens is we run without even knowing what really happens to our health. We run so many years with goal or without goal because somebody is directing us. The day on which we reflect, what exactly I am doing? I am running just for the sake of running or with a purpose. The moment that question comes within ourselves, then we search for the contentment. Competition to contentment is what required very much. This is what competition, time. This is what contentment is all about. When you have a family support, no matter what the situation is, whether you're in the top or you're not in the top list, your family supports. That's where the contentment is there. The moment you understand this value between the competition and the contentment, contentment is eternal, which is permanent, whereas competition is temporary. We always work for the temporary things rather than the permanent things. So, keeping this 2 in the mind, I would like to sum up. Contentment is more important than competition. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Vijay Upendra. And here we come to the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed it. And back to the MC for today.
We just finished a very exciting, creative table topic session, and I think we need to energize ourselves. So let's head for a 5 minutes break. The timer, please have a count. So let's move on to the third and the last segment of the Toastmasters meeting today, our general evaluation. Our general evaluator for the day is a BE and works as a full stack developer with quiz. He likes reading, non-fiction, and enjoys strategy tools. Whenever we want to go for running and swimming, we can count on him. And he currently is the treasurer of Mekong Communication. Let's welcome, with a thunderous round of applause, our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Chetan.
See, by default, I come here and say, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. In fact, it got to such a point that I was a demo speaker about 2 years back at IIM Bangalore. And the speech was at 10 a.m. and I had rehearsed the speech so many times and I had given it so many times. I always said good evening. And I went there and said good evening. And since I was a demo speaker at 10 a.m., 15 different evaluators told me that I said good evening in the morning. Today I'd like to tell all of you that we've all been saying good evening all the time, right? Even when it's 7:30, 8 in the night. And it's not nice to say good night. It's not nice to say good evening at 7:30 either. So something better to say would be fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster, and guests. Something like that.
What to say good evening or good night?
Neither. Neither.
So
Yeah,
the
that-
best is that I will have to announce this. Please let us have this understanding very clearly. We have been telling this. Mr. Toastmaster, if he is a male, otherwise the Toastmaster is female, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Guests are there, welcome guests. Otherwise, without that. So let us standardize this from 6:15 to 8:30. We keep saying good evening. So let us take out the wrong habits. That's the only request I have made him. Also, he has made, and by telling he made some error, that's acceptable.
So, my question is, what if we want to get the response from the audience? We want to just energize before the session or something. So that's why at times we tell, we just wish so that we get the wish back.
No, not required. Let me answer that for a tradition. It is not required. Your job is to just conduct the table topic session and give the topic. At the end of it, you should thank the speaker. And you don't have to say you will respond, your response was very good, excellent, nothing. Yours is a matter of fact conducting the table topics. And good evening response is not part of the job.
But to add to that, if you really do want to invoke a response from the audience during a speech, you'll have to get creative. You ask a question that demands a response. A greeting is a great way to do it, but think more creative. Okay, so let's dive into today. Let's start with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sachin. Firstly, great job giving an example about the phone analogy. You started off the meeting with that analogy, and I think it means a lot more to give an actual example rather than to give some theoretical foundations. And one more good thing I noticed that you finally started memorizing the introductions. I've seen you for 3 months read out the introduction for Toastmaster Aparna, and in 1 week you found the new introduction for Shreyas. So well done. Round of applause to Sakshi. Small suggestion for you: get this fixed before the meeting. Like we had it wobbling for quite some time. Okay. Up next we had our President Toastmaster Shreya. This is your first attempt. Yeah, acting President Toastmaster Shreya. Firstly, again, a relatable personal story, and I think this is very relatable to all of us, and the challenge of having me time and how we waste it by consciously thinking that we're using it. So I think thank you for bringing out that dichotomy that we all face on a day-to-day basis, and how you have taken steps towards resolving it. So one bit of feedback for you. Towards the end of your speech, the conclusion was a bit weak. The energy was starting to fizzle out. So maybe figure out how to incorporate that ending into your speech itself. But otherwise, great job, because this was your first time, and I really think you're doing a good job. I have no feedback for our Secretary Toastmaster Ujwal. So our first section after that was the prepared speech section, and so our first speech by Toastmaster Shreyas will be evaluated by Toastmaster Shreyas.
General Evaluator and Toastmaster Shreyas in particular. Even if it's an icebreaker, it takes immense courage to come and speak behind the lectern for the very first time. So let's give him a huge round of applause for playing it off. A typical icebreaker should contain some basic elements, that is information about your family, your interests and profession. And I would like to inform you that you have included all the elements in your speech. Your beautiful family back in Chikmagalur, your interests like reading manga, watching anime, writing poetry, and then you came to your education studying BMS. So great job on that. It was including all the elements required. What I specifically liked about your speech is that you didn't have a script with you and you maintained eye contact with everyone. So that speaks volumes of your preparation and also the conviction you have on the speaker. So you have put your efforts to come prepared, and it takes a lot of guts to speak about your introvertism, and you spoke like a pro on that. So that also added an element of humor, and everybody were laughing when you were sharing your anecdotes about how difficult it was for you to even ask something like a change from the shopkeeper. So overall, I felt like you are a confident speaker, and I also liked how you touched upon Toastmasters journey and how you displayed gratitude to who introduced you to Toastmasters. So I felt like it was a very well-written speech. And if I had to give you some areas of improvement, I felt like the speech was a little resume style, especially in the beginning. You wanted to get it out of your way. You just wanted to tell them where you studied, what you did, and then you came into the story of your childhood, your schooling, and everything. So a little more structure, a storytelling style would have added value to your story, your speech, because if we went from your childhood to your adolescence and then your adulthood, that would make it a more seamless story. And another thing that could elevate your speech to the next level would be improvising on your opening and your conclusion. For example, now you've told us that you write poetry often, right? So maybe in your introduction, if you had a line or two from your own poetry, like an opening with the 2 lines of your poetry, and started off saying, "A wise man once said," and quote yourself. And then in the end of your speech, if you said, "The wise man was none other than Toastmaster Shreyas," that would have made it more funny, interesting, and also demonstrated your ability to write what you've told about in your interest. So overall, I would say a great icebreaker, having all the basic elements: family, interest, profession, well prepared, well executed with your eye contact, and a little more effort in structure would take your speech to the next level. All the best in all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreedevi, for a superb evaluation. I think her evaluation was really crisp, super encouraging, and okay, sure. I really didn't expect that. Dracula Kannada tone like this. Anyways, Toastmaster Shreedevi, thank you for keeping it simple and choosing the right words like speaking like a pro. These are words that will stick, and Toastmaster Shreyas will remember that he has spoken like a pro today. And to Shreyas, firstly, your humor was also very good. There was a little bit of humor there, but it was very good. I really liked how straightforward your speech was. These are the speeches I enjoy the most, the ones that are the most straightforward. That even though they are straightforward, they demand maximum listening from the audience. Thank you for doing that. And you spoke about your fear and your vulnerability. These are the things that build trust in people who are listening to you. So this is really, we know that this came from the heart because of the way you spoke. So great work on the prep, great work on the speaking. There's just one small thing I want to suggest for you. I believe it is Chikmagaluru, as in Chikmagaluru, as opposed to Chikmagaluru. So there's a small correction. You can incorporate that into your future speeches. But super well done with the speech, and super well done to the evaluator as well. Give them a thumbs up. Our second speech was by Toastmaster Sumukh, and this will be evaluated by Toastmaster Deepa. Let's give it a
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and particularly my target speaker, Toastmaster Sumukh. What a wonderful speech you have given, and you are giving for the very first time behind a lectern. You are coming for the very first time. We didn't feel that. I mean, you started with a good confidence. You started with a good lines. and you started sharing about your school. You joined APS public school and then went for commerce, and then you started telling about your football story, and you did mention about you were the star as a defender. So you shared, in detail, and I felt like, as a speaker, you were confident. You didn't feel you are coming for the very first time behind the lectern. You were confident, and your voice were very clear. I mean, even audience, even the last person can hear about your voice, and your command over English was a great one, and you have maintained a well high contact across the room. So that is about the things that you did well in your speech, and the things that you can improve on. At this stage, I think I have only two suggestions to you. One is, since it is an icebreaker session, we expect your childhood, your schooling, college, or current details, or about your family. Maybe somewhere I felt family details were missing. Probably you could incorporate that. And then also, not only Toastmasters Sumukh, for everybody, not to carry any phone or a paper, at least for a speaker, because we are here to become a better speakers. So don't worry, if we do mistake, that's okay. We will correct it next time. So that is another one. So overall, it was a good speech, good confidence, and clear voice, and you have a good command of English, and you have maintained well contact. And the two suggestions is, maybe about family details you could add on, and not to carry any paper or a phone. I would look forward for more speeches from you. All the best, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for the wonderful evaluation. I'd like to commend her for her firm handshake. I think as a general evaluator, I don't get that firm handshake from everybody. That's something I really enjoyed. Secondly, good job with articulating the good things and improvements in his speech. I had the same set of improvements and good things, so really nothing that I can add to her. Just one thing maybe, I feel if you run your speech through ChatGPT, it changes a lot of the words that are not natively yours. And when this happens, we tend to not remember the speech. If we write the speech ourselves, the words are memorized by default. You don't need to ever look at the script. We get that for free. But as you run this script through something that averages the internet and gives it back to you, you will inevitably lose a lot of the words and vocabulary that is built up along with it. So that is a trade-off. You get on both sides. You get the speed, but you lose the delivery. So either way, it's your call on that. So a good job to the evaluator and the speaker. Our third speech by Toastmaster Ujwal on body language will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster M U Bhat.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests and Toastmaster in particular. Yes. So, quite a certain humorous speech with taking advantage of your powerful body language and voice modulation, leading to a powerful closure. More you share, more you grow. Excellent speech, congratulations. I would like to evaluate your speech based on the three criteria. What you did well in all the three criteria, and what you could have done differently. The three criteria is that suggested by or requested by the speaker himself. One is body language, one is voice modulation, and third is use of humor, because it's a humorous speech. So let me come to that, where you really excelled in these three areas. The first is regarding the your voice modulation. Your speech, you have got a powerful voice, which you always leverage on. It's a really great thing, you continue to do that. Pitch and volume and control of pitch and volume, variation that. Excellent, exemplary I would given. And even the pacing of the speech was also excellent. I'll come to the tone later. When it comes to body language, whether it is posture, stance or position, this is why always excel. You use the space wonderfully well. You have got that position expertly. Your posture is very powerful and comfortable. And your the way you position yourself also is great. Everywhere excellent. I don't have any, I really appreciate the way you did it. And even your gestures, like when you did the recall, it came out so wonderfully well. It's how gestures have to be represented, what you call it as a representational gestures. I think that came out quite well. Coming to your humor, few anecdotes or humorous jokes included. One regarding the pie came out wonderfully well. The same thing with two other things regarding, one regarding the A, what in base, and when you went to your mother, then she corrected herself. And I will comment on that bit later. And also about that 0, 0, 0 and ending 1, and you fear that next time the 1 also may vanish. Maybe it may not be a binary, but it can be a singular. Not that came out, that also is a joke. So it came out. So overall it's good. And what I liked about humor was, the major problem humorous speakers face is when a humor or a joke fell short or people don't get it, you get flustered, you get nervous. Today the same thing happened, but you didn't get nervous. For example, that 1 to 0 and all that didn't come out at all. It fell short. People did not appreciate what the joke is about. Same thing with A also, the delivery was not actually the point that did not come out very well. The punchline did not come out as powerfully as you would have expected. But what you appreciate is you took that in your pride and went on as though nothing has happened. That is a great quality which you should, any humorous speaker should cultivate. Not to get frustrated, great job done. So now let me see what you can have done differently. See, your body language, humorous speech, your voice modulation, the accent is on non-verbal expression of emotions and feelings. You are adding to that. I would have appreciated both in your tone, in the voice modulation, as well as your gestures and your facial expression. That emotions could have been come better. That is, I felt that it fell short in my opinion. So probably you can work on that. That is one thing great about it. And another suggestion regarding humor, as anyway, that is I already told you about that A. When the punchline, don't bother about your using your voice to your advantage to deliver the point, but concentrate on clarity. Because the punchline is so very important for all of us to understand and appreciate and react. So that is more important than your voice modulation there. So that's one thing I feel. So, but overall, I feel that you have done a really wonderful speech and taken advantage of your powerful voice to advantage. That has been always been the strength, and keep it up and you prepare more humorous speeches in future, because humor is your pathway also. All the best to you and back in the design.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster M U Bhat. I'd like to call out his introduction to the evaluation. He said Ujwal took advantage of his voice and delivered a powerful closure. This is the kind of opening that sticks. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to miss, but it grabs you, it takes you into the zone, and you know you're in for a good evaluation. So, Bhat sir was totally in the flow today. He well exceeded the evaluation time, but we enjoyed every minute of it. And I'll tell you, I took notes during the same evaluation as well. My suggestions to you, Ujwal. Firstly, your humor was actually good. Some of it went way under the radar. For example, the only tan I got was at silk board. I was actually losing it there because it's actually pretty funny. So some of these, like Bhat sir said, did not land, but it was funny. There was a real potential there. Okay, I think you can practice this a bit. Maybe try it with a slightly varied audience. It is very difficult for a humorous speech to land with this audience because it varies from 17-year-olds to 80-year-olds. Right? That is a huge spectrum, and across various different careers, from lawyers and CAs to students to computer science engineers. It goes all over the place. So to get something that hits everybody is very difficult. So getting a humorous speech to work here is a challenge. So you did a really good job with that in mind. And props to your title as well. As then what is he going to speak about? Honestly, what is Apurva Kosha? Anyways, superb work to the speaker and the evaluator. Let's give them a round of applause. Up next, let's evaluate the MC, Toastmaster Latha. When you came here, you actually started off with a scorn, and I was wondering why anyone would start off with a bit of a sour face. And then I realized you were complaining that you only had 48 hours in it, or you didn't have 48 hours in a day. So the sour face actually made a lot of sense given the context. But after that, you built up beautifully, you gave us what me time is, why it's important. I enjoyed all parts of that. And finally, you took a great link to Rapsi's medley itself. And it was a very no-nonsense theme. And yeah, and you skipped the guidelines when moving across the different speakers. So good job to the MC overall. Honestly, I think it was a very cut and dry, straightforward, simple MC session. So well done. I have heard that a great MC is one that you don't notice is there at all. Right? That means she has done a really good job, and if you notice that they as if nothing happened, it means they've really done a good job. So props to her on that. Up next, finally, we have the table topic master, Toastmaster Sakshi. It's nice to see you back at the club. I appreciate the prep you have done for this. I understand that there is no screen available, or at least it's not the most fun thing to have to rearrange the room to get the screen to work. So thank you for improving and bringing sheets that are big enough for everyone in the room to be able to see. For example, I could see everything from the time of the clock to all the people in the picnic. I think if you are taking a risk like this, it's important that every single person should be able to see what's going on. So good choice, because every picture speaks 1,000 words. So everyone here can choose what part of that they want to speak about. And each topic lent itself to high energy speaking. I remember taking down notes for each speaker and thinking, wow, each person is speaking so confidently today. Starting with Toastmaster Jyothi, then Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, Toastmaster AKP, all of them, distinguished Toastmaster AK Prabhakara, my apologies. Every one of them took the energy and IT to the next level simply because the topics were on point. Finally, one small call out, it is Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa and not distinguished Toastmaster. With that, I'd like to say great job with the table topics. You kept it short as well, it wasn't very long. So all in all, good job. It was a very good session. Good job everyone involved. Let's all take a round of applause. Finally, we have our founding member, ex-Toastmaster Sirish. I believe he was here over 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Yes.
Can we have
28 years ago?
Yeah. So can we have?
He is a CTM. In those days, the basic level was called competent Toastmaster. Later on, it became a competent communicator. So he was the one who finished that level. At that time, it was tough. There were non-Google days.
So, ex-Toastmaster Sirish, would you like to come here and tell us, just for a couple of minutes, what difference you see in 25 years?
Actually, I have not gone through the latest manuals.
That's okay. Tell us what
yeah.
you see in a meeting then and now.
There when we started, it was actually more of in-house, lot of our own employees, and then we used to conduct youth leadership programs for children and other things. But now things are, base format is same, but more awards, rewards, more enthusiastic listeners are there. And I think the manuals have also got
So in a sense, I think 25 years, we've improved with the technology. Nice to see. Alright, with that, that was all my feedback for today. Oh damn. I'm so sorry. Let's start with our timer Toastmaster Chakravarthy.
I'm submitting my report here. So the meeting started 6:23 p.m. By Shreya, and 18:24 Sachin welcomed President, active President, and officially the meeting opened by Shreya 6:29:15 seconds. And minutes of the meeting started by Ujwal 6:30 p.m. and taken 1 minute 55 seconds. So coming into icebreaker speech, Shreyas taken 6 minutes 15 seconds. Sumukh taken 5 minutes 12 seconds, and prepared speech Ujwal 7 minutes 42 seconds. And Toastmaster Sakshi started 7:16 p.m. The first table topic speaker Jyothi ma'am taken 12 minutes 12 seconds. Veerabhadrappa, 2 minutes 12 seconds. Veerabhadrappa 2 minutes 8 seconds. A K Prabhakara 2 minutes 18 seconds. Aparna 1 minute 30 seconds. Darshan 1 minute 56 seconds. Chakravarthy 1 minute 10 seconds. Aadhiswar 1 minute 55 seconds. Sachin 1 minute 30 seconds. Vijay Upendra 1 minute 45 seconds. And the table topic also completed 7:41 20 seconds and taken overall 25 minutes. So break we have taken almost 12 minutes. And general evaluator Chetan started 7:53. So the first evaluation by Shreyas 3 minutes 12 seconds. Second evaluation by Deepa 12 minutes 22 seconds. And the third evaluation by M U Bhat 4 minutes 14 seconds. That's
Up next, let's have our counter distinguished Toastmaster A K Prabhakara.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. There are very few etc. crutch words like so and things like that. That is also a crutch word. But there was one place I would like to point out, because I have neglected one or two such utterings. Pauses are neglected, because pause in one case like timer, it needs practice. I told him how to go about doing it inside the head, have it etched in your memory so that it comes out naturally. So there is a text for that, it's a matter of practice. There is one other person like evaluator, just pointed out Deepa. She was, her crutch word tended to be human. There were a couple of more than two, but it was tendency was there. I don't want to point out because later on it can become a habit. Barring that, it was flow was there. There were no such crutch words at all. On this note, I would like to hand over the
Third, let's have our grammarian Toastmaster Aparna.
So, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, to Today our speakers demonstrated poise and impeccable vocabulary. I was amazed to see the vocabulary used by our speakers, especially, can I say the names? Alright. Sumukh, and a great language by Ujwal. So the good usage of words were got me thinking, devour, yes, rejuvenate, talk of reflection, surplus time, able leader, deep inside me, intentionally bargaining, deeply resonated, eventually intended, intense football match was underway, deserted or running through the pages. My marks were in binary. The more you share, the more it grows. Knowledge, enhance openness, ingrained, creep in. Great sayings by Sri Rabindranath Tagore and Viktor Frank. REM sleep protect you in happy and sad days. And many more. So I was so flabbergasted with the good usage of the words that I forgot to take notes on the not so good usage. That. And the usage of word of the day was by Sakshi and me, Aparna. I'm so sorry. And Sachin. My.
Finally, let's hear from our parliamentary procedure evaluator, Toastmaster Jyothi.
Hello, Toastmasters. Hello, Toastmasters. Today the meeting went on very smoothly. There was no exit and entry during speech, and no crosstalk. No one spoke about sex, religion or politics, but there was a phone disturbance, and maybe it can be avoided in future. Thank you, and back to the TV.
You think there's no point to this parliamentary procedure evaluator stuff, but honestly, now that I'm a dad, I'm learning to really control my tongue, even in the traffic. Even in the traffic. There are guys who will really test your patience, and the parliamentary procedure evaluator has changed me. I tell you, I swear by it. Anyways, that is the feedback for today's meeting. Thank you, and back to our end.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Chetan, for a crisp feedback which will help us to improve our forthcoming meetings. They say that me time is important. I would say that me time helps you to connect the me with myself. On this note, I would like to hand over the chat back to our acting president, Toastmaster Shreya.
What a wonderful meeting we had today. 3 amazing speeches, a very creative and innovative table topic session which I'm sure everybody enjoyed, and a very insightful general evaluation session. I hope everyone has voted in the ballot.
Results.
I don't have access. I'll take it.
You don't have. You take it from Sachin.
How many has to be there?
80.
So only 12, 6 more has awaited.
Whoever hasn't voted, request everyone to please vote and click on the submit. Just clicking the option will not submit it. Click on the submit and then move out of that window.
Mine is not there. Good.
3 more responses. 3. Okay, one more.
You are good at counting. fact, he plays to Jack. That's why you're practicing it.
Okay. We have all the responses now, so we'll jump straight into the winners. The best speaker. Till now he's been getting only the best evaluated. Finally we see him get a different award today. Toastmaster Ujwal. Next, the best table topic speaker. No surprise here, it goes to DTM A K Prabhakara. Next, moving to the best evaluator, Toastmaster Shreedevi. Our best TAPG role taker, the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Aparna. Finally, coming to the best MTG role taker, it goes to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Chetan. With that, this lovely meeting comes to an end. I request everyone to continue networking downstairs. I hereby close meeting number 1366.